Hi guys, so we've chosen a random site. We have no affiliation to the site. We just literally searched for gym near me and we chose this Just Gym in Belleville, but we're going to look at the main domain. And we're going to use a free tool called Screaming Frog. It is paid, but it's free up to 500 pages. Now, for many of you, your site will be smaller than that, which is great. So there's a nice semi-freebie or free up to 500 pages for you to use. And what's so important is that this actually acts as a crawler, and it crawls the whole site and gives you page by page and URL by URL exactly what it's seeing. And the idea is to keep this the same as much as possible on the new site. If you're doing a redesign on the new version of the site, and especially if you're just changing the domain, then this must be the same. Obviously not the domain, but the rest of it. And then you're going to 301 redirect all of these pages, page by page. And this is great because obviously when humans do things, there's a sort of scope for error. But because this is a program, it does everything for you to a degree, and you can just then map out the URLs. But what's very important is the actual visualization tool. So this just gives you an idea of the hierarchy of the site. Now, what it doesn't show you, it does show you internal links going one way, but it doesn't show you all the links between all the pages. It basically gives you a directory tree, but that's still very important in working out, the hierarchical structure, more or less what you're going to use on another site. And what you can do to supplement this is obviously, here's the URL, to go through all these URLs and make sure that each one of these, when you print it, you can export it as a spreadsheet, matches the equivalent on the domain change or the redesign as much as possible. Obviously, with the redesign, you'll probably have an additional content, but the idea is that everything, especially the main pages, the maths must stay the same. When you change the maths, and when I say the maths, I'm talking about, for instance, page titles, meta description, H1s, images, all of these things contribute to ranking. So when we want to redesign a site, we're trying to limit as many variables as we change. So I always say it's fine to add, but be very careful with what you take away. So another great resource is Google's actual Search Console help, and using Google Search Console is a great tool to see what Google's indexed, because obviously what it hasn't indexed is less of an issue, but what it has indexed, to ensure that that's also indexed. You can also tell Google that this is a domain change. You can actually use both sitemaps to give it the best chance, give Google the best chance to work out what's happening from the old site to the new site. So there we go. There's some free tips. Use Screaming Frog, especially if your site's up to 500 pages. And then on top of that, refer to Google's Search Console. And remember, keep the maths the same. That's the most important advice we can give you. You can add, but try not to take away, and especially don't take away your main pages that are already ranking.